we're back. I thought the first one would kill it, and this would be filled by Dan Chung or somebody, because he's on like every 3 seconds. So you're back, and you have a T-shirt on, which is nice.
What's wrong with my
T-shirt?
T-shirt?
US ski team. What were you?
I actually was in the B team. I was a big
Really?
ski racer.
What was your big thing? Were you a downhill slalom?
No, I was a giant slalom and a downhill.
Giant slalom, not a little slalom, a giant slalom.
Giant,
I
baby.
bet you would. Overcompensating, were you?
As big as you can get.
Yeah, you need it, you do. Yeah, I bet you. Which is ironic, because your car's about the size of this table. Which
Yes,
goes
my
against
car
the
is
whole
small.
concept. Yeah, but normally people like you have a big car.
Well, I got that big dad ride, too.
That's why you need that too, to overcompensate.
So, look at you. You got your prison outfit on today.
No, it's not a prison outfit.
Did they let you out?
No, I never
Well,
been
orange
convicted.
is the new black,
Not
so.
been convicted yet. Yeah, at some point, I guess, you know.
So what are we doing?
Well, we're doing episode 2 of the live encore reunion tour. That makes you like, I don't know, Rolling Stones. I mean, we're doing this when, I would say we'll be doing this in 50 years' time, but you'll be dead. I'll still be around.
Yeah,
well,
right.
Mickey Rooney just died. He was 93. So
yeah, so you'll be his age, and I'll be 96. Big deal.
No, you'll be like 124, and you'll be long gone.
Yeah. Why won't you comment on my new figure here?
You're looking really good, actually.
Oh wow, thank you.
I think you should maybe.
What do I got to beat you over the head to say
I think
something?
you should maybe. I think the hair's a little bit curly on the arm. Maybe you should get some straighteners on those.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
No, swimming every day, half mile.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you can swim. Be careful though.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Me, I am doing. I'm sitting here. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I still cycle.
Yeah.
Cycling's my thing.
No, really, your thing is just talking.
Well, I cycle.
Yeah. You move your mouth muscles so much that you lose weight.
I don't even like. The only time I use my phone is to write. I don't actually talk that much. I sometimes go through a whole day, especially when I'm editing at home, where I realize I've not spoken to a human being.
Okay, so either your mouth muscle makes you lose weight, or it's your thumbing, or it's your typing.
You're an offensive bastard, aren't you?
So are you.
That's what makes it so good, doesn't it?
Okay, let's watch this first clip already. Well, should I set it up?
Yeah, I think so. We both know this chap very well. Carlos,
if you call him a chap, yeah.
Well, that's what we do. What are you going to call him? A bro?
Yes, I call him a bro. I only have several bros. You're a bro. This guy has got talent coming out of his ears, man.
And more than his ears, everywhere. Every single pore of his body is coming out of.
I had to sort of really push him because I like this video. This is a premiere of this video.
This hasn't been seen publicly yet. So
and it's a big deal because I don't know if people realize, but when you premiere a video, you sort of lose the option of going into special festivals.
Yes. I'm surprised I'm sure it's starting to change more and more because they realize that the festival thing takes so long.
Right.
And I mean, it's a funny old thing, festivals, because I mean, I've had some stuff entered and some of my stuff's won a few things, which is really lovely. But a lot of stuff you get seen by a few hundred people if you're lucky at a festival. The key is if you get a staff pick on Vimeo, you're instantly going to get 20, 30, 40,000 views in a day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this will totally be a staff pick, you know.
And they've already they make their staff picks out those little Laurel Reef type things.
Yeah.
So it looks like you've got.
I can't stand when you see these things when they have 40 laurel leaves.
Yeah, you put
and one is from Dubuque,
you put your
Iowa.
Emmys up on your thing. Don't give me that crap.
Well, it is
You
an
don't
Emmy.
have to, but you choose. I have an Emmy, so I'm going to put it on my video thumbnail. Whatever.
Okay, enough.
Let's just watch a video and then we'll talk afterwards.
Okay, we're going to watch the video. Roll it. Live. Nice.
Oh, that's, I'm wild up. You talk.
So let me tell you how this came about. So Carlos had sent me this video, and I watched it, and I told him I think that there's a problem with the ending, because when the girl came into the apartment and she kind of walked, picked that picture back up, the light, she saw the doves come in, she sat down, she started drawing, and he kind of moved from that out the window, and it was a lovely scene and whatnot. But my problem was, I said to him that we haven't really ended the story.
Yeah.
I said to him, what's the log line of your story? And this is something that it's a huge problem I have, is that, and you have the same thing. Kids walk up to you, or filmmakers, and they say, can I tell you about my movie? And I'm like, yeah, sure, give me the log line. They're like, oh, well, it's a lot more complex. I can't boil it down to a sentence. I'm like, well, when you can, come back and we'll talk. Because if you can't boil your story down to a sentence, it's not a doable project. So I want people to understand that. So let's try to come up with a log line for this, because when I asked Carlos what the log line was, it didn't work.
Yes. And what was his log line?
Well, he didn't have one. So like, to me, when I look at this, I say something like, girl finds she has magical powers and eventually uses it to go to a happier time.
A happier time, or that's it? Is she gone there forever? I mean, the emotional punch and the wallop at the end is big.
It's big.
It's we don't understand what's just, is it real? Is it in her head? Is what she is thinking is she having an influence on what's happening? But she even looks like an animated character. She's cute as a button with a little cut fringe and stuff. She looks like she's animated, and Carlos's work has mostly just been 100% animation. He's been doing more live action stuff and mixing it in. It's a perfect reason to mix it in. It just done beautifully, and the animation style fitted perfectly. But at the end, it was just, you just get a shiver over you, and it's there's a very sad part from it. I think it's his best work. I think it's absolutely
what's unique
perfect
about it is he's integrated this animation, and somehow it doesn't feel like it's a fantasy. It actually, because he does this where he's done this in every piece where he integrates animation with his characters, on a Walt Disney scale, but not comically. It actually works. But let's talk about some of the other things.
Did you miss dialogue?
Pardon?
Did you miss the lack of dialogue?
No, I didn't even realize that till you said that. It actually, and I love dialogue just like you, but dialogue would have hurt this piece. What Carlos is a master of, let's talk about it. Sound design. Oh my God, he's a master. All those little pencil marks, the foot walking sounds, the little door clicks, all those wonderful things is brilliant. Production design, nobody. He's at a Hollywood level in production design. His color palette. It
looked, I mean, the live action stuff, it's just stunning to look at, beautifully done. Do you feel that the music is almost too in tune with what's actually happening?
I love the music. She's so cute. It was charming.
It's one of these things. It's almost you want to see an edit without the music and see how it feels. Because music, I'm not saying don't use music. I think music is incredibly important, and it can make and break a piece.
I mean, this was scored.
The score is beautiful. But it's a very emotional score.
I know. I loved it. At times, it had a sort of it started off with kind of a cute little sound, and he did all the little. He
had an Amelie kind of vibe going to it initially, and then it kind of went in a different way.
And it went a much more emotional sort of thing at the end, but it all had that same thematic sound. But, I mean, I just go off on his production design. The costuming. How about these character actors? You can see their eyes and the way that they do stuff. I mean, that little girl was an actress. She's
fantastic. I mean, that's the thing is, you can acting with lines, acting with dialogue is difficult, but acting without dialogue, so facial muscles and everything like that, that's an art. I mean,
her little eyes going up and down, and this, and I agree with you. I mean, I hate to say it, but we're in an absolute agreement here, which isn't as fun.
But people commented it on yesterday's one, saying, "I wish you wouldn't show films which are really good." And I mean, I don't have no problem with us showing great things because it shows people to something to aspire to as well, and it opens up conversations for us, dialogue about different topics, and that sort of thing is, I couldn't make something like that myself. I don't have the skills for that, but I am in awe and inspired to go and do something more emotional. Just from watching that, and I think
I love that. I mean, that thing brought a tear to your eye at the end.
It did, yeah.
Both of us. I mean, it's powerful.
And you're a hard
cute
bastard.
I know.
Yeah.
Nah, I cry. All right, let's run the next clip.
Before we do that,
okay.
do you really know how long it took him to make that?
I don't know, actually. Oh, I do want to say one thing though. The interesting thing is when he showed me the first cut and wanted notes, he said, "I have no ability to reshoot." So we were trying to figure out all these things using the footage that he had to try to make. So
he did no more reshoots, even that last
no,
scene.
No, I mean, he can't reassemble all that. I mean,
I mean, just that last scene where you said to me that it ended in her room where she was at the table writing, drawing, and then so that last. There was, I suppose it was, because it went into.
He went all animation.
No, it was all animation.
See, I had some wacky idea of going with the whole Rose, the dead Rose theme, and the live Rose at the end.
That's terrible. His is much better.
His is much better. There you go.
Let's watch the next clip.
Okay, you got it.
Hey.
Hey.
Are you asleep?
No. Well, kind of.
Sorry.
It's 3 a.m., right?
Yeah. Sorry, I need to talk.
It's okay. It's good to hear you. Are you there?
Yeah? Still here.
Something wrong?
Yeah. Do you ever doubt whether you're doing things right?
Every day.
Really?
I'm not going to take this. Don't make me do it. You don't understand how it feels like. I cannot think. It clouds my mind. Don't touch me.
Sometimes I just want to scream.
And do it.
More right now.
Yes.
You're weird. I've always liked you.
Always?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Have I never said it to you? Being close to you is a way of saying it. We've never danced together.
Why are you thinking about that now?
I don't know. Would you dance with me?
Of course. Always. I would dance with you forever.
I'm going to just have to go and sit in the toilet and have a cry after this.
These are emotional pieces today.
I didn't come to Vegas to cry. That was beautiful. And what I love about this, now of course with animation, you have to be, you can't make it up as you go along. You have to plan. Now with this, look at the camera movement. Now camera movement's one of these key things. I love camera movement when it needs it, and I see a lot of camera movement which is too much. Now a lot of people, there's loads of gadgets and stuff around the show which are designed to really give you lots of clever camera movement. And my big problem with camera movement like that is people are thinking, how can I use this tool that I just got in my film? Instead of, I've got my film and I'm shooting it, this would be really useful if we use this. Not trying to make your story and shots fit around some new thing that you've just got. It's the wrong way of doing things, and the movement through that was so meticulously planned. All those natural wipes and those match cuts, the dissolves and stuff,
right.
It had to be storyboarded and planned, and the movement carried it around. The movement was a movement of time. That's the key thing.
Time lapse.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was not time lapse.
Well, it's an invisible cut. It's if you've seen the movie Rope, you know, with Hitchcock, it's the way they connected it is all with invisible cuts. I love invisible cuts. In other words,
because they were 14 minutes. Well, they're like 14
I'll
minute
explain
takes.
that for people who don't understand. It's where you basically come around somebody's back, and when the frame is all in black, you do one cut, and then when you come around the back again, then you're in a whole nother time and place.
It's the beautiful natural wipes, and you can do them yourself quite easily, even if it's like you're doing a shot of a street and like a bus goes by, and then you can do go to another street, and if you cut it.
They did that scene, Notting Hill. Have you seen Notting Hill?
One of your favorite films. I know you love a good rom-com.
Yeah, they had a bus going down in Notting Hill.
I've seen your Blu-ray shelf. It's full of Reese Witherspoon films. Any of that sort of stuff. You just every night you go back to your room. You haven't gone out once. You've gone back to the room and just watched all your rom-coms every night.
Right.
I know you have. You're terrible.
All right.
Do you not think though the movement actually accentuated the passage of time?
Okay, I agree with you. There is, when DSLRs came out, everybody was screwing around with the shallow depth of field just to screw around with it.
Yes.
When sliders came out, everybody was sliding everything here and there and everywhere. But there is a time and a place to do something where it's motivated. Now,
that's the word, motivated movement. Just moving, and there are times when the shot is so dull, a little bit of movement can help, but for me, a pan, everything should be motivated. One of my favorite types of moves have been Wes Anderson's move, where he has a specific thing where his central frames, and then the characters get up, and he has these amazing long horizontal dolly shots, and then he'll spin 90 degrees and carry on another one. It's beautiful, motivated movement. There's nothing going on in the frame, and why is the camera moving? I hate that. That was terrific. I mean, it was emotional. It
reminds me of I did an interview once with Haskell Wexler, and he said the DP's job is to direct the viewer's eye in the way the director wants it viewed. And that's what you're talking about. In other words, you don't do things just to do them. You do them when the scene motivates it. Now, they had a lot of this circular motion, which was really nice because it sort of was a little disorienting, and I think that's what they wanted to do. I didn't understand the story. I've watched it twice until you kind of explained it, because I never heard that flat line sound.
Right.
So we should probably come up with a log line for this so that people can understand what the story is.
The problem is the log line could almost it'd be difficult because you don't want to give away the fact it's like the
but this is
summation of a couple's
You
life.
have to have this log line before you can start shooting anything.
Before you shoot it, but I don't want to see a film where I know that log line.
Well, I don't either. I never read anything. I like to go to a movie blind.
If I watch a clip, somebody sends me something and I watch it and I go, I don't get it. And then they reply saying, did you not read the 17 paragraphs in the video description? I went,
why should I need to?
When you go to the cinema, do you get like, here's the backstory for you guys to read while you're eating your popcorn, and then we'll play the film. It should be entirely self-contained.
I agree. I go to a play or to a movie with my wife, and she knows the whole thing before it starts.
Nah,
I go in blind. Actually, I watched this World War Z because I thought it was some sci-fi thing, and it turned out to be a zombie thing, and I was like, what is going on? I don't dig that at all.
It was great, though. I love that film. And because it was a PG, whatever it is in here. There was not actually a lot of violence. That's why it was a low-rated. It wasn't an R-rated movie, and it was. I love
let's
that
get
film.
back to this clip.
So I think this is what I love about this. That people watch this, and I think they'll get an idea of why movement works. It would be nice if we could actually show a film that has no movement. And there's nothing wrong with a locked-off tripod shot. Now,
No.
I sat down yesterday doing a thing, and Garrett Brown was there, the inventor of Steadicam. He has changed the cinema enormously with his invention.
Yeah, really, he invented movement.
But we were talking, and he was saying he hates he can't stand handheld, and I disagree. I think handheld should be for a reason, if the emotional reason is there. And you know, we talked, and I don't know who was actually saying it. I think it might have been. They were saying Saving Private Ryan, the opening scene, and the D-Day landings. He said, "Oh, I'd hate to see that on a Steadicam," and Garrett went, "I would." I'm like, no, it's handheld.
I would hate to see that.
It's
okay.
not a reason for it.
Let's discuss this for a minute.
We've only got like a minute left.
Okay. Handheld.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hi.
You're going long. I love it. How you doing, Philip?
Hello.
What's going on?
How are you?
I just thought I'd sit in.
Sit in.
What do you think of the
Welcome.
film?
Huh?
You like the film?
I love film. How do you like film?
Did you see the films though?
Oh, what films?
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen Philip's stuff in a
I got to finish what I'm saying here.
Okay,
Hang on one
keep
second.
going.
So we need to talk about that. There is okay. So when I use handheld, it's to make you feel like it's a frenetic movement that makes you feel like you are part of that scene.
Yes.
Steadicam is a movement that lets you view the scene in a way that shapes the movement.
Match the mood. The
Yes.
mood. It's a frenetic thing. That's
Right.
why I have problems with things like some of the Greengrass movies, because like Captain Phillips was too much. It was all handheld. So anyway, I think we're going to have to finish tomorrow. We've
Well,
got.
you guys got plenty of time. Keep going. We could be here all day.
No, we've been
Okay.
told in my earpiece I'm out of time. Am I out of time, chaps?
Do we have
I
more
should,
time?
I should
last
loosen
time?
the tie. I love the look. I should unbutton the shirt a little.
Yeah, but don't unbutton it too much. Don't go down to the navel. Keep it, yeah, maybe one or two.
We should have a
Depends how
contest.
hairy your
Who do
chest
you?
is.
We never finished
yeah, I was
the
going to say, who's got more
conversation
chest hair? You
about
think
the
me or you?
Anyway, it's a beautiful film. I mean, you could
What
watch
about
it
the
again.
dancing?
The
I'm
dancing,
still
I'm not
pushing
so
that.
I mean, it was interesting and it was very
I
dynamic.
think that since you brought up a good point, that he was in a hall that looked like a wedding hall.
Yeah, it looked
that
like
he
that.
really should have been dancing like this, where he was missing his wife.
Unless, you know,
because she said dance with me, and he put out a dance. I did not like that. That looked like it was, you know, the Joffrey Ballet. You know,
You guys mentioned the Steadicam. What about the movie? What do you guys think of the movie?
the movie has a use. It's not for everything. It's not a Steadicam killer. If you need to be moving through an object and going around, I would say that's great. But there are times for Steadicams. A dolly is still 90% of movement that we do on
time for a
films.
locked-off shot. I love my classically framed, perfectly composed movement. Doesn't have to be the camera moving, as you know. It can
Well,
be
it's a combination.
It can be within the frame. There's nothing wrong with movement within frame, and
Well,
actually,
that's your screen direction.
it is, and that's what's
You know,
key.
and blocking.
Don't move for movement's sake. Move if it needs it. Motivation we talked about.
I'm going to say one thing about that. I don't know if we have to wrap out, but
we
there
do.
is a scene.
We've been off air the past 2 minutes.
There is a scene. Think about the scene in Psycho, where she is lying down in the bathtub, and the camera is moving into her eyeball and turning.
Mm-hmm.
That shows you. He used this round nature of her eyeball to move into that scene, and that really.
That film is incredible. That whole central
But
scene
it was
is just-
motivated.
Yeah, absolutely motivation.
If you look at the scene and you go, my God, that dolly shot made that move, you did the right thing.
I'm going to have to wrap up because
Okay.
tomorrow we're doing a couple of very interesting clips, very different to what we've done there. It's our last one. It's our finale of Critics. We're never going to do any more again because I absolutely detest this man, and being in his presence for another episode, it just makes me so depressed. I would really just rather never come and see you again. I love you, really.
I know.
Should we go get a drink or
Let's
something?
do it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of love here. I like there's a little man crush going on.
Yeah, we're
yeah,
friends, but
yeah,
we
we're
really
friends.
rag
Know
on
each
each
other
other
a
a
lot,
lot.
right?
Oh yeah.
yeah. We'll cuddle later. It'll be fine.
We fight.
We're spooning over
He's
the
really
booth.
emotional. He sends me these emails that are
I mean,
unbelievable. He's
I'm
like, you
English.
hurt my feelings,
I'm
this and
English.
that.
Well,
and I'm like,
actually, I mean, the French side of me is emotional. My English one is like repressed and
He's
got
always
nothing.
How good does he look, though? He slimmed down a little bit. He looks great, doesn't he?
what about me? Nobody's talking about me. I swim every
It's not
day.
about you. It's about
The
Philip.
hell with him.
Come on, it's always about
he's
him.
full of
You've
himself.
always looked fantastic, darling.
Yeah,
darling,
right.
you've always looked wonderful.
I know. I got my girlish
Yeah.
figure back.
It's
Okay.
fantastic.
What do you think of the Aja camera, real quick? Are
I
you
actually
impressed by
haven't
it?
seen it. There's so many
Well, get
cameras.
over there
There's
already.
724 cameras being released at this show.
What about the next shootout? I love the shootout.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a
Oh,
pretty big endeavor, man.
pretty
I've had a million
big.
people ask me. I don't know if I got another shootout in me.
You got to
man.
do it. You got to
No,
do it. We got to have
I
the
don't
black
know.
magic
It's
and the Aja and
I
everything.
don't know.
It's
You know what?
impossible,
I'll be
yeah.
honest with you. The last shootout, the point was it doesn't matter what camera you have.
Yeah,
Very true. You had the iPhone in there. It looked great, didn't it?
You know,
Yeah.
and it really does. Again, you pick the camera for the job. Let me ask you a quick question.
You can't do shootout anymore because
If I
there's too many
give you
cameras.
any camera in the world, are you going to be able to make it look good?
I made a film on a.
He can make anything
I
look
made
good.
a film.
Okay, that's
I made
my
a film
point. So
on a
why am I
Barbie
doing a
camera.
shootout?
It was
full of blue.
It was 320
Well,
by
my DPNs
200.
can do the same damn thing.
You can shoot
better
on
than him.
anything. That's the key thing. If you can shoot anything, the camera's not going to make you better.
He's
It could
making
make
the
your life easier.
A7S look good.
They could make your life easier.
Make
That
your life
you-
easier, and
that
that
is
makes
the
it- that's
only
it.
point.
Damn
He's
right.
making the A7S look good.
Yeah, but
I haven't tried it yet. You got me one.
It's about lighting and screen direction. Every single thing we just talked about right there. Do you know that Carlos shot that with a DSLR?
I mean, the thing is, you know, you don't want a good camera because if you shoot with an Alexa or something like that and it turns out a bit shitty, then
It's hard to go
it's
back.
embarrassing, isn't it?
Okay.
All right, guys. I think we
Pleasure.
really do have to wrap. It's good to see you.
You too. Thank you
Good to
very
see
much.
guys. Thank you. Philip Bloom
it
and
easy, buddy.
Steve from Zacuto.
Yep.
Let's go cuddle, Steve.
Let's do it.
Yeah.